Every one of us has experienced a magical moment where something happens that's impossible. It shouldn't have happened. It's like, how can that be so perfect? So I made a video a few months ago about all the synchronicities I've experienced in my life. Well, I've experienced a couple more, and some of you sent me your synchronicities. A couple were pretty mind-blowing. Let's talk synchronistically. It's a word. Okay, first synchronicity that happened, it was a couple of months ago. Picture this. Me and my girlfriend are going to go to the Big Carrot, our organic grocery store. And I'm thinking, I want to make a video along the way. So I'm going to go make the video, and then I'll meet you there in like half an hour. I'll text you when we'll figure it out. So I go make my walk and talk video, had fun. And then I texted her saying, okay, I'm almost there. I go, and she's not answering the text, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to go to the butcher, and it's right near there. So I took a little detour, went to the butcher, saw that it's closed on Mondays. I was like, oh, good times. Walked for nothing. Went back. When I got there, there was somebody waiting outside of the Carrot, just standing there, and I'm also just standing there waiting for my fiance. And for some reason, I went closer to her, and she said something to me. I don't even remember what. She's like, oh, waiting? Huh? I made that up. I remember now what she said. She said, you look familiar. Do we know each other? And I'm like, I am a YouTuber. I'm pretty big in Jamaica. And she was like, oh. I'm like, vegetable police. She's like, I don't know what that is. That's weird. And then I just told her my story. I'm like, oh yeah, I had ulcerative colitis, healed it with the fruit thing, and back and forth, a lot of weird experiments. She's like, oh, I have colitis. Oh my God, I just got diagnosed. I'm in so much pain. They want me on medication. I'm like, you came to the right place. So like I was just telling her like what healed me. I went on a fruit-based diet and got off all medications, and things weren't quite right. So now I'm doing mostly carne. So I gave her the two options. I was like, you can cleanse and detox on fruits, or do what I'm doing now, ultimate life hack, eat nothing but meat, and it just heals the gut. And it feels fantastic. No fiber. It's like, so she needed to see me. But like all the delays and like, oh, make a video, meet the girlfriend, she's not there, go to the butcher, it's closed on Mondays. Who closes on a Monday? Nobody. Only butchers. They're lazy. Meat freaks. And then coming back, and then she was there. It was meant to be. We were meant to cross paths. What the hell did I just say? And she maybe took some advice, and now she's the healthiest woman on earth. That's how it was meant to be. Or she's dead, like most of the people who follow my diet advice. But that's fine. So like that was one synchronicity that happened. Another is I made this video about how annoying it is to sell things. I have a lot of camera gear. Sometimes I'm given stuff. Sometimes I buy things and they're not great. So like I end up having this carousel of camera gear coming in and out, and it's always a pain in the butt to sell because people just ask like, hi, is this available? Like it doesn't further the sale. It irritates my blood. And then they ghost you. They don't reply, or they lowball you, or they don't show up. Like it's always just, man. So I made a video called Hi, Is This Available on my camera channel, just talking about all these irritations that I experienced selling gear. And I was like, you know how it should be? Just simple, like tell me that you want this and what time can you come? And hopefully that's now. And then literally the next day, I think, or 2 days later, I get the perfect ask. He was like, hey man, is this available? I'll come tonight. Are you down? I'm like, yes, absolutely. Here's my address. Do you want to come? And he's like, yep, I'll be there in about an hour. I'm heading there now. And it was like, you could not get a better sale. If I didn't delay the answer by 1 hour, that would have been a 1 hour sale. Instead of most people, it's like days of negotiations and questions. And is he going to come? And it was just so perfect. But it came. That perfect man was created by me, because I had the desire to have the perfect sale. And then he showed up. He didn't haggle me on the price. Everything was just boom. Does it work? Yeah, looks good. Here you go. See you later, buddy. Bless that man. God bless him. The third synchronicity I had just a couple weeks ago, and then we'll get into some of your freaky ones. I was thinking of my mom. I'm walking because she's sick. She has ALS, and I'm trying to heal her with diet, and she's taken hydromorphone, and I'm like, why? That's holding you back so much. Everything we're trying to do with the supplements and the foods to help heal you is being counteracted 10 times worse with the hydromorphone. So I'm like, she's not going to heal if she takes that, and she's addicted to it now probably, and she doesn't even know why she's taking it. It's for soldiers who had their legs amputated and you're in severe pain. She has no pain, but the doctor suggested it because it might help her breathing. It's not at all. Side rant complete. So I'm thinking of her, and all of a sudden, I was like, she needs help from the gods, man. Because she ain't, I don't know, man. These little supplements, they're not doing it. She needs the Lord. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, this guy, he comes up to me. He's like, are you saved? I'm like, I'm not sure. I feel like I read the Bible. I'm a believer. And he's like, do you want to be saved right now? And he had like a Jesus shirt on, and he had such a kind energy to him. He's like, do you have anybody in your life that's like not feeling well or needs some help or some prayers? I'm like, yeah, my mom. And like, he was asking all about her. I'm like, she has ALS. She's like, okay, what's her name? Do you mind if I put my hand on your shoulder? And he gave this heartfelt prayer that was just so like detailed. He's like, okay, Lord, please send Jesus into her body and heal her nervous system and make sure her brain is, and she's happy and she knows she can heal, and the belief, increase her belief. And he just went right into it. And he's like, there you go. And then he saved me. He's like, is Jesus in your life? I'm like, I've asked him to come into my heart. I don't know if he's in there, but I've asked. And he's like, do you want him to come right now? And so like, he gave this prayer, and so I accepted Jesus into my life, and God is the man. And he's like, isn't God the best? I'm like, he is. He really is. But it was just the timing of it, and that he came up to me. He didn't stop for every single person and do this. He just saw me. He's like, he needs help. Like, he knew, because we're connected. We're all one. He's like, yep, that's the guy. I'm going to help his mom. He's my dad now. Okay, let's get into some of the synchronicities you sent me, and feel free to send me more, and then we keep doing these, and then I'll tell you the ones that happened to me in the future, and then some more are happening to you, and we connect as one. One of many is me never taking breaks at work, ever. He lays down, looks up at the ceiling, sees my dad falling towards me. He was 200 miles away, and 30 minutes later, the foreman comes in and tells me my dad fell down from a heart attack about 30 minutes ago. That's depressing. Where's the happy ones? Why didn't I save any? But like, he knew his dad, something like, we are connected. I know mothers go through this, like, oh my God, I've heard a couple stories where like this mother's feeling this terrible pain, and she's like, oh my God. And then she finds out her son, who was like in war, like got shot a bunch of times. I don't remember the details of it, but like, she felt like she was getting hammered, and I was like, oh my God. And he went through that at that exact moment. Like, they're connected. I remember when my grandfather died, I just knew something. I was in school, and my other grandfather, don't get sunk into that family drama, he comes and pulls me out of class. He's like, oh, come, we're going to Granny's. I'm like, is grandfather dead? And he didn't answer me. He's probably thinking like, how the hell did you know that? Like, I just felt it. I was like, he's dead, isn't he? It's like, why? I mean, he was pretty sick the night before. We were driving home, and he like got out of the car, and like, he was coughing on the road. I'm like, that don't look well. But I was like 11. I didn't know anything about anything, but I felt his death. Here's another one. Once I was doing some gardening, landscaping. I had bought about 12 bags of mulch to put around trees and garden plants. Ran out of mulch. Figured, dang, I need about 2 more bags. Walked out in the front of the house to open the gate to go to Home Depot, and a pickup pulled up. The guy stared at me. I stared at him. And then he got out and asked, do you want to buy a few bags of mulch? I have some extra ones. What are the odds of that happening? Like, some random guy on your street And who has mulch? Even is that? It sounds like something a vegan would eat for breakfast. Like, what is mulch? But like, this guy's like, I have all this mulch. Like, why would he ask you that? Maybe he saw your mulch packages in the back. You freaking mulch boy. But whatever. That's cool. It happened. You drew him to you. And just the series of events that took place that morning for him to show up on your street. It's just funny how the universe works. Like, he was late. He spilled his coffee on his dog. He's like, oh my God, I gotta clean up the dog. And he took a bath with his dog together. He's like, I haven't taken a bath in a while either, so I might as well jump in there with you, boy. And like, all these things happened to him, traffic lights, and boom, you got your mulch. Couple more here. Once I started writing a song, seemingly random lyrics on the spot about a new moon. Wasn't aware of the moon cycle at the time. Pressed record on my phone to capture the song idea. A couple days later, I had the thought to check when the last new moon happened in my region. Oh, the same day as the song? So when I went back, checked the timestamp of the original recording on the phone, it was the exact date and time of the new moon, down to the exact minute. The odds of that happening are accidental, and not accidental at all. Astronomically low. I did the math. No longer believe in coincidences. It's just we feel it. We feel something. There's always a connection drawing us. Like, you've probably woken up in the middle of the night and you're like, it's 3:13 a.m. Oh, it is. Like, you just know these things. How? It's not left brain intelligence. It's a connection, an inner knowing. We're all one thing. And that is, I don't want to say we're all God. We wish we were closer to him sometimes. He smells nice, I hear, but we're just all hanging. We're all one thing. We're separated from the source. We're still part of the source in some way. Can't explain it. But we're all feeling something good. So when you benefit your neighbor, you benefit as well. Because he is you and you are him in some way. Don't have sex with him. All right, last one. And then there's a bonus one that should have been the highlight of this show, but the guy deleted his video for some reason, so I can't go into the details. I don't remember everything. So this guy, when I was a kid, one night got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, which I never did at that age. Welcome to manhood. I do that every night. Always slept through the night, but on this night and morning, I did. On my way back to my bedroom, half dazed, of course, for some reason I decided I would look through my brother's bedroom door window. It was away from my own bedroom. I had no reason to do anything except go to bed. And I saw his duvet had caught on fire from a light which had burned through the plastic housing and been left on and fallen out onto the bed. He was still asleep, so I yelled to my mom and dad upstairs. They came down, put the fire out. If that isn't divine intervention, synchronicity, I don't know what is. Stars and magic. That's incredible. Like, he saved his brother's life. How? At night, he decided, he just got a feeling, I want some Kool-Aid. I'm thirsty. Why am I so thirsty? His mom oversalted the freaking roast beef. He's like, oh, I'm a little thirsty. That's weird. We never do that much salt in the beef. It was off. The beef was a little rotten, so we had to oversalt it. Sorry, Timmy. And then, boom, little Kool-Aid later, he wakes up to pee, saves his brother's life. Incredible. Incredible what you've done, and you were in tune. You're in tune, and you saved a life. He could have been burnt to a crisp. He might have survived it and then been like a half-melted guy. They could still get women. They're still good people, aren't they? Yes, they are. Okay, last synchronicity, which would be way more magic if I could show you the pictures and the video that was all coming with it. This guy actually emailed me the story, made a video. It was long and rambly, but he eventually got to a pretty magical story, and I don't remember half of it. So, like, he was going to buy a car or something. He needed a car, and he's looking. None of them felt right. He was like, that ain't my car. And then he gets to his car, and he's like, this is my car, I think. And then all of a sudden, he looks at the windshield, and it has this sticker. Do I remember what was on the sticker? It was something like B and 32, something like that. And then he looks back to an old photo of him and his brother, and like they both had those exact symbols, like the B for him and the brother had the 32. I don't remember if it was even close to that, but it was something so magical. Like nobody would have that sticker. It made no sense. And yet like his brother experienced that. That car is his brother. It was so like perfect. Why'd you delete the video, man? You sent it to me. I had to search through my email. I was like, oh yeah, synchronicity. Oh yeah, there it is. Good. Thought I lost that one. Gone. User has removed the video. Why? Who removes videos? Only me. When they're like too controversial. And it's like, maybe I should take that one down. I'd like to keep doing this for a living. How you doing? Any stories to share down below? Synchronistically? We're magic. The world is magic. And good times are ahead, I think. They could be. You thumbing up the video? Even on this happy video? I think I know why. You're thumbing the video down because you think that by petting a wild raccoon, you will scare him in the right direction to go find frog meat. Doesn't mean he's gonna survive because, oh, you pet him and then he ran the other way instead, and he would have went down and there was only bagels, moldy bagels, and then, oh, here's a frog meat. I'll leave. You subscribing though for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.